Welcome, everybody. We're giving a few minutes for people to join in. We'll be starting in a couple of minutes. Today, June 17, with our chamber update and our memberships connection meeting. This meeting will be videotaped for the benefit of those who could not join us this morning, so you can watch it at your leisure. Bienvenidos a la reunión de la Cámara del 17 de junio del 2021. So typically we'll be in a room enjoying breakfast, talking to each other before starting. We typically start at 8:05. Unfortunately, we're each one in our offices. I am drinking my coffee. I don't know if the rest of you are, but we'll be starting in a minute. Brian, I noticed that you just joined in. You might want to resend the email and reminder to the rest of the speakers. Sometimes the link gets shuffled in their email, so you can please do a reply to all with the email link because I'm about to start the meeting now.
Okay, sounds good.
So, bienvenidos, welcomes to this June 17, 2021 Chamber Update and Membership Connections meeting. Your moderator is Nelson Solar and the president of the Latino Chamber of Commerce, and also the acting CEO, and also the founder of the Latino Entrepreneurial Network. And I'm a business owner myself of the Multicultural Entrepreneurial Institute. The mission of the Chamber is to foster the economic development of Wisconsin by advocating, strengthening, and promoting the growth and development of Latino and other minority and emerging enterprises, with the goals of providing increased access to capital, business opportunities, job creation, and capacity building programs. La misión de la Cámara es el fomentar el desarrollo económico, abogando, fortaleciendo y promoviendo el crecimiento, desarrollo de las empresas latinas y otros grupos minoritarios, proveyendo acceso a capital, oportunidades de negocios, creación de trabajos y programas para aumentar la capacidad de los negocios. Today we have our group of special guests that are going to share information with you. They're our newest members, and they will be with us telling us a little bit about themselves and giving each one of you a piece of advice, one piece of advice on this recovery stage of our economy. I just want to tell you or announce that on September 24th, 2021, we'll have our second Latino Economic Summit, and Route to Recovery is the theme. It will be from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're still working on the venue. Most likely will be close to the airport or MATCO Creek. So I ask you to stay tuned. That meeting will be in hybrid mode, in which we'll have it physically, in which you can come in. And that's what is creating a little bit of difficulties because some venues are not receiving large crowds yet. But we hope to deliver in hybrid mode in which those who are comfortable coming to a live place, enjoying breakfast and lunch can do it. And those who want to stay home can also see it and participate. If you need more information on the chamber, this is our website. I encourage you to email membership at latinochamber.org or call our hotline 414-888-2270. I also wanted to share a few things regarding the chamber, so I'm going to stop sharing this and I'm going to go to a new screen. So this is our empowerment and accountability report of the chamber, and it shows the work we have done since the pandemic started in June 2020. In that period of time, we handled 500 plus care calls. July to September 115, October to December 150, and January through March this year 120. So we have been fairly active assisting businesses over the telephone, members and non-members, thanks to funding that was provided to us by the Greater Milwaukee Foundation, Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation, and Associated Bank. Unfortunately, that fund ended or ends at the end of this month. So we're seeking for other sources, and one of the primary sources is membership. So we're hoping that people get engaged and start joining the chamber, especially with this volume of assistance that we provide. And we have a person dedicated to contact the individuals that contacted us during this period to see if they can join the chamber. We have very flexible plans for small businesses that allow them to pay on a monthly basis. As far as technical assistance, we have provided more than 8 hours to 31 businesses, to between 4 and 7 hours to 16 businesses, and 3 hours or less to 65 plus. We helped 405 businesses of those calls to actually fill out an application. Many of them call us for assistance that wasn't directly related to filling out an application. There was questions on the general health orders. There were questions about different technologies and things of that nature. But this is the account of the people that we actually help fill out the EIDL or the PPP application or a grant application that was government based or private based. Also wanted to share that we had 26 active loans. We became officially a lender last year in May, and we're hoping to grow our lendership arm thanks to a grant that we received from WDC last week. Now we have implemented a capital revolving loan fund with that has $150,000 to allow us to finance a small equipment for contractors. We also have our micro loan fund or emergency loan fund active with $50,000 additional. And we also have our lending partners, CIBC and um, I always get their name confused. Legacy Redevelopment Corp for real estate, CIBC for credit lines for contractors, our business that typically cannot get credit. This gives you a little display of who has helped or has received help through the chamber. 30% has been construction contractors, 18% personal services such as beauty salons, 8% daycare services, 26 restaurants. So it shows a display typically where our members are represented. So that's a little bit of the report about us. Now we get to the exciting part of the meeting, which is to meet each one of our new members. And since I cannot see all your faces, I just see phone lines and things of the nature. I will call your name. If you're on the line, I'll wait 30 seconds for you to acknowledge yourself, and then we'll proceed with the next member. So the intent of this connection meeting is to get to know new members of the chamber, and also giving those members the opportunity to share what they do, how they do it, and give one piece of advice to any other potential member or business owners that is out there that might be interested in the same area of business that you're in. So I have on my list that the first panelist was Miss Marina Croft, but I don't know if she is or she's not on the line. Marina, are you with us? I don't hear her, so her 5 seconds are up. So we will proceed with Ryan. Ryan, you want to tell us a
Yep,
little bit about you?
about ourselves and our business. Okay, so my name is Ryan Perino, and I work for Spectrum Reach here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. My supervisor or boss is Elena Goldstein, and then we also have a local sales manager, Nicole Eric Laure, who is also joining us today. So at Spectrum Reach, what we do is we make local businesses big and big brands local. So what we do is we partner with all types of businesses, small businesses, medium-sized businesses, large businesses, and we are your media partners. So we work hand in hand with you on creating advertising plans. opportunities in southeastern Wisconsin and throughout the state of Wisconsin, actually, and really work with you guys on trying to help you guys identify your customers, target your customers, and really grow your business. So we grow that out. We help you grow that opportunity through numerous avenues. All of our linear products, so all of our cable channels are available to you guys, as well as so many opportunities on the digital side, from like geofencing to geo-targeting to online streaming. Just numerous opportunities here to help you guys grow. We are really involved in the community. We are also a participant in 3 other chambers throughout southeastern Wisconsin with the MMAC, the Brookfield Chamber of Commerce, and also RAMAC, the Racine Chamber of Commerce. We're always out and about. We're at events. We would love to come talk to any businesses that have any questions regarding advertising. And even if it's just to sit down and do a quick CNA and just to kind of find a little backstory on your business and, you know, see if there's an opportunity for us to help you guys grow. So that's just kind of where I stand. Eric, if you got a second, if there's anything you want to add to that, you're more than welcome.
Yes. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me, Ryan?
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Good morning. Buenos dias. Thank you for having us. As Ryan said, I'm Eric Laure. I'm local sales manager. So what that means is I manage a team of advertising salespeople. So we work with businesses large and small and creating ad campaigns, the commercials you see on TV, the video or banners you might see on your smartphone or when you Google something or on social media. Design, as Ryan said, to help businesses grow. I'm also part of Spectrum Reach's diversity recruitment task force. Fortunately, Charter Spectrum, like so many companies these days, is committed to being intentional about creating diverse workplaces. And one reason I love to work for this company, specifically in our downtown Milwaukee office at the corner of McKinley and MLK, across from Fiserv Forum, is it's an incredibly diverse building. And having worked in offices that are both diverse and not so diverse, I much prefer the former. And it's particularly important in our business, of course, because we're consulting businesses who want to reach and influence folks of all stripes. And it's always very uncomfortable for me when we're consulting a business who wants to reach, say, young women or Black men or Hispanic women. And you look around the table and it's full of white men. It's very difficult to speak in our customers' voices if those voices aren't at the table. So it's critical for my team that all those voices are present. So I'm grateful to be part of this group, and I hope to bring value in any way I can in terms of consulting small and medium-sized businesses and helping them grow, but also finding channels to create an ethnically diverse pool of applicants that could join our team. So thank you so much for the opportunity to speak.
Thanks, guys. Well, I think you're on mute. I still don't hear you. I don't hear you yet, sir.
Nelson, would you like Marina to go next?
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Sorry, I was having technical difficulties this morning. It seems that it's a little too early for me and my computer. But good morning. My name is Marina Croft, and I am the owner and director of the Dance Academy of Mexico. We are a dance school that teaches only Mexican traditional dances. So we have kind of small but important market. Our goal is to keep promoting culture and diversity in our community, and to teach children. I mean, I don't expect them to become professional dancers, but I do expect them to learn about their culture, to have that connection that sometimes is lost because sometimes their parents or sometimes they cannot go to Mexico directly. But it's important to know where we come from, to know where we're going, right? um, this pandemic has really been challenging for us in many aspects. But a positive thing is that I feel that it did give us the opportunity to reinvent ourselves and to try new things that would have never imagined to doing. Like right now, I'm able to do virtual classes, and I didn't have that before. But for this, I guess, unfortunate incident, we were able to create new classes and new things that we wouldn't have tried otherwise. So I'm trying to look at the positive things and focus on that. And the other is that in this small lapse that we were shut down completely, I feel that all the kids really learned to appreciate us having the class in person. So once they came back, for the parents and the children, it has been a really great experience. I don't know if it's just that we missed one another or that we are close to one another. We appreciate that human connection more because we were so isolated for so long that I feel that all that positive energy is really gonna come back in a very positive way. So we're still thriving. So another positive thing was that I really learned that customer loyalty is very important, and having a very strong foundation in your business is very important, because thanks to that and thanks to making sound financial decisions, it was difficult, but I didn't have the same faith as others that were unfortunately not able to continue with the business. Of course, if I lived in a perfect world, I would like to have a $5 million building, where I host my classes and have all these wonderful settings. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? But I feel that the fact that I have been restricted to my own means and that I did that before the pandemic is what really saved my business. I know of other studios that were not so fortunate, and I feel that this was a great component of being part of this chamber and of having that financial talk with everybody. I mean, it's easy to dream. And of course, again, I want to give my kids the best that I can. But having that restriction really, really helped me. So we're still here and we're growing and people are coming back to classes, and I'm just very fortunate that we can continue and hopefully making an impact in our community. Thank you, Albert.
Any advice you have for business owners?
Don't give up. Don't give up. This is just a bump in the road, but just try to stay within your means. That's very important. I know it's really tempting to go way above, and but just stay within your means and it'll be successful. It takes time, and I'm not very patient either. So if I were to talk to myself 10 years ago when I started the academy, I would probably slap myself because I had very unrealistic expectations of how this would be. But hey, I have people that told me that I wouldn't last 6 months, and here I am 10 years later. 10 years later, I'm still thriving and still doing well in our community. So
Thank you, Marina. And what I said before was thank you to Eric and Ryan. When we had two co-hosts, unfortunately, my other co-host muted me, but I was able to figure it out. So thank you, Marina. And our next speaker is Carla Cross of Cross Management. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Again, my name is Carla Cross. I'm president of Cross Management Services, Inc. We are a consulting firm, and the main thing we do is coordinate supplier and workforce diversity on construction projects. So we've been in business for 21 years, and we worked on large projects. So, for example, we're the inclusion monitor for Lambeau Field. We worked on Fiserv Forum, and then we have a couple of projects. So for the contractors that are on the line or listening in, We are going out to bid for a project in Washington Park neighborhood. So we're looking for sort of smaller contractors for different trades. It's about 28 units, 28 properties, but 43 units. So they will split it up based on your sort of your business size. Milwaukee Tool is a new project project that we just got. So that one's going out to bid, and that's a fast track project. Chapel Gardens, which is on Layton Boulevard. The St. Francis are doing some housing there. Phyllis Wheatley and the Thrive On project will probably be starting later this fall. So Nelson will have my contact information if you want to learn a little bit more about these projects, so I can provide information to you. I think the one thing I sort of want to echo what Marina said about try to be lean as possible, because, you know, luckily our business has survived the Great Recession. And that one we became lean, and I sort of moved to my house and worked out of my house. I can't believe it was 10 years. And then after that happened, and then even with the COVID, you know, we just were lean and mean, and everybody, you know, was able to work from home, but we were able to continue. So that's one of the main things I'll say is just really manage your growth, but also manage your expenses. So if something happens unexpectedly, you can survive. Thank you.
Thank you, Carla, for that advice. Our next speaker is Darryl Marine.
Good morning, everyone. So pleased to be joining all of you here this morning. As Nelson said, my name is Darryl Modine. I'm president and CEO of Advanced Wireless Incorporated. Boy, I didn't have nearly this much gray hair when we started about 26 years ago, but wouldn't change the experience for the world. As our name would apply, Advanced Wireless, we provide mobility solutions. But let me clear up one thing at the very beginning. We're not a cell phone company. We get calls all the time from people complaining, asking why we turn their cell phones off. No, we're not that Advanced Wireless. We create true mobility solutions. So that goes from designing Wi-Fi networks and wired networks for companies to providing and integrating things like these handheld computers that you've probably seen at a Walmart or a Crate and Barrel or True Value store, you know, barcode scanners, enterprise grade wireless access points, and managing those. And we do that globally. So we have customers right now and installations throughout all 50 states, as well as Puerto Rico. We have customers using our equipment in 17 countries around the globe. So we've been very, very fortunate. That to be said, while yes, it's great to be able to say we have customers like True Value and Rockwell Automation and Crate and Barrel and Harley Davidson, et cetera, that didn't come easily, as I know all of you know. I remember when we first started out, I had a $20,000 line of credit I was able to arrange, and I spent it my first day on demo equipment. So the first several years were very lean, but obviously we made it. And I owe all that inspiration to my father, who was a third grade graduate and put all of his kids through college by shoveling blacktop and starting a blacktop company. So props to him and our appreciation. One piece of advice I would give anybody is to trust the right people and be willing to ask for advice. One of the largest challenges we had, you know, our first or probably our second year as we were struggling to get the company up and running was I didn't ask our accountant if I needed to charge taxes on shipping charges. So we had the IRS come in and demand a little over $30,000 in taxes on shipping charges, and that nearly wiped us out. So I encourage all of you to take advantage of the resources you have access to, like Nelson and the rest of the team at the Chamber, to make sure you're building your systems the right way to make sure you won't get any surprises like we did. But other than that, I just want to say thank you to Nelson and the team. You're doing outstanding work and you're really helping to lift up our community. Muchísimas gracias, Nelson.
Thank you, Darryl, for sharing that information and for your advice. Our next speaker, we're honored to have Ted Nitsky. Ted, I promoted you to a panelist, so you should be able to speak now. You were in the participant area.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. I thought I was trapped where I would never get to be able to speak. So thank you so much for inviting us today. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ted Nitsky. I'm the CEO and Executive Director of CISA 6, which is a cooperative service agency and education service agency. We're located in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and we oversee 39 public school districts. We work with 420 of the 421 public school districts, and we support all private, parochial, and charter schools in the state. We are a $27 million a year nonprofit where we are not tax subsidized. We earn all of our money. So we do everything from, we have a website design company. We do special education teacher placement. I run something called the Rapid Center for Improvements. We white belt certify educators, nonprofits, and for-profits doing strategic planning and development. And anything that goes on in school systems, we do communication, marketing, etc. But I didn't come here to promote us. I'm here to represent public education, private education, and work to increase the bridges between the Wisconsin community, the internal Latino community, and then provide access for your companies to be able to support yourselves and your growth by creating the connections to the schools so that you can directly go to the labor pipeline. We run the state's largest youth apprenticeship program. 16% of all the kids in the state of Wisconsin are run through us. Otherwise, the largest next person does 2%. So if you ever need support with youth apprenticeship, navigation, all that stuff, I'm also here for you. I also have a second role. I am also the mayor of the city of Port Washington. And that is one of the biggest reasons we are a member of your chamber, is Port Washington looks to become a more inclusive city and community. The Hispanic Latino population is our largest minority population in Port Washington. I grew up here with great friends, Augusto, Hernando, and all of these different guys and girls I grew up with. So it didn't make much of a difference for me, but as we grow as a city, we want to become more open and inclusive. And I'm here really just to do three things, and that's learn from you all, promote the opportunities that we have to connect bridges between you and children and students and high schoolers, and then connect, where do you need us and how can we help you grow and what can we do? Again, we're a nonprofit. I'm not here to pitch or try to figure out a way, but Carla Cross, I need to talk to you about how to get kids into your program and all of the different opportunities that we can provide for you. My one word of advice for you is this: the current children in high school and the current children who are 20 or 19, they're not children anymore, but the young adults, the 18, 19, and 20-year-olds that are in our country, while you might look at them cross-eyed because they always have a device in their hand, you are witnessing the greatest generation of people that have ever been on this planet before. Anyone who's 18 years old and was born and raised in the Western Hemisphere of Mexico, any of the Latino countries, or Canada, has lived through 2 recessions, a pandemic, and if you've been in the United States your entire life, you have been in a state of war your entire life. There's no generation in the history of modern times since the 1700s that has had that. So have great faith in these young kids, these young men and women coming up, because they will do remarkable things. They are the most accepting generation of all time. They are the most advocacy-based of all time, and they are the least materialistic of all time. So I think our planet's in good shape. I think our world is in good shape. And I think the future of our economy is going to be in great shape because they are also very cheap. They don't spend money. So they work hard, they do need things, and they promote. So my advice to everyone is to have great faith and invest in young people because they're going to do great things for you.
Thank you very much. That's very insightful. And we welcome again you and everybody else to the chamber. Now our next speaker will be Rosalia Calderon. I don't see her on the call. Rosalia, you're in. This is your time to raise your hand. If not, we're going to move to the next, who is Johanna Jimenez. Johanna, can you hear us?
Yeah, I was just waiting to see if she was going to raise her hand or step in. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Joanna Jimenez. I am the owner and managing broker of Vineyard Real Estate here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I have been a licensed real estate agent since the Great Recession, 2008. So about 13 years I've been licensed. I've been a licensed broker for 11 of those years. And I I got into real estate because I wanted to help other people go through the same experience that I did in becoming a homeowner. And so it was my business. My business is technically only about 3 years old. In 2018, I started, my own brokerage, and I have real estate agents under me. My company is a faith-based company. I want to empower other agents, other people that want to build a career in real estate. And so, with the training, I take all this knowledge, right, that I learned in the trenches of, the big real estate boom. I was very naive coming into the market at that time, but it really taught me a lot. It definitely toughened me up that now, I'm surviving a pandemic too, and so my other function is I am a program manager for Take Root Milwaukee. It is a program at the Urban Economic Development Association of Wisconsin, or UWEDA for short. And what's great about that organization is that it's really a collaboration hub for anything economic development. And so the program Take Root Milwaukee focuses on housing, home ownership. It is an advocate, for home ownership. It is a convener of all different types of trusted resources that are in our community. So we know there's a lot of great organizations like HUD-approved counseling agencies, realtors, lenders, community-based organizations, chambers that are part of this network, again, to promote, support, and maintain homeownership throughout Milwaukee. It is my firm belief that, homeownership is a foundation for a lot of good things in communities and families and in future generations. And so at UWEDA, like I said, it's a convener of a lot of great resources. We also have a Bank On coalition that's part of UWEDA as well. That program helps the underbanked or unbanked population here in Wisconsin to, again, connect them to trusted resources, trusted bank accounts, lenders that have products that will really help, those people that don't have those services, as you may know, the check cashing places, the online credit cards and things like that could be very predatory. And so that focus is to, connect people to trusted lenders. Another thing that we do, is collaborate with other nonprofits, with other community organizations, and we provide technical assistance, with, building a new neighborhood organization or, a new board, something like that. And so I can go on and on and on. But one thing that I want to give as an advice is to work on your relationships, like maintain good networking, trusting relationships, and be authentic. We work better and we get more results when, we all come with the same like-mindedness and mission. So if all your missions, personal, professional, community based, all come together, you will have much success. Definitely, UWEDA and Take Root Milwaukee is a testament of that, because we were able to persevere through this pandemic, and so did our members. The Take Root Milwaukee group was, united after, the real estate market to make sure that people don't lose their homes, that there's repairs grants available for current homeowners, and that home ownership is still being advocated for. And I don't know if you guys have been keeping track of the market, but this has been like such a boom for people to come, from this pandemic to want to become homeowners. And so it is great work, when you collaborate and you help people that, may not get all the resources that they need in the conventional method. So that's all I have for now. Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you, Johanna. We move to our last panelist speaker today, and that is Marisa Segundo.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Marisa. I work with a company called Citywide Facility Solutions. We provide the building maintenance services to our commercial clients, and we're able to do so by partnering with local business owners or contractors in order to get the work done. You as a contractor are specialized in what you do. You know your trade, whether that be cleaning, construction, lawn, snow, etc. Because of what you guys do, we're able to do everything you do. We just kind of help manage it for the client. So it's a win-win for both the client because they don't have to find, if they have to do everything for their building, they're calling 20 different businesses to get quotes, and they have to get 3 quotes from everyone. And that's where we kind of help them not have to do all of that work. We do it for them. Then also for the contractor, you know, they're able to get paid on the 10th of every month, have guaranteed cash flow to the contractors, because obviously that can make or break a business if they don't have their cash flow. So that's something that we really take pride in, is to be able to help with that. And then also on the contractor side, it kind of helps take that sales component off, because if you have to hire a salesperson, you're going to have that expense. So we kind of help take that part off of your plate. So you're able to just focus on your main work and, you know, send an invoice once a month and you get your check on the same day every month. So us as a business, my tech title is independent contractor recruiter and compliance. Although I pretty much do everything in the office, from accounting, office management, keeping our guys in line. So that's a full-time job right there. But, you know, one thing that COVID helped us realize is for us to let our contractors know what we consider to be service excellence, which we consider that to be reliability, client satisfaction, consistency, professionalism, passion, and competency. We feel that those 6 components are really big in making sure, and we're not sharing it with them just so that they do it in our buildings or when they're servicing for our clients. I mean, if they pass that along to their employees, they're only bettering themselves. So I think one of the best ones is being passionate, caring about what you're doing, being grateful for everything that you do have, and giving back to our community. That's one thing that we also like to do. And even during COVID, we still managed to engage our contractors in bringing in items for veterans. They built a 102 room or apartment building, and all of them needed supplies for their new home. So us as a group, we were able to get all of these items for the veterans to be able to have a home. So, I mean, we really believe that you kind of get what you give out, and everything's going to come back to you. Just believe in God that everything is going to come back, and you know, be passionate, and everything should fall in place.
Thank you, Marisa, for sharing your information and your advice. I just got notice from my co-host that Alberto Maldonado is available. So, Alberto, you had the floor.
Awesome. Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Nelson, for adding me to this great lineup of speakers this morning. Thank you to Len for all the good work that you do. I'm Alberto Maldonado, director of the Roberto Hernandez Center at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Veteran on campus of 23 plus years, working in areas of admissions, pre-college, in the last 5 years being at the Roberto Hernandez, an office, a center that carries a long history of supporting Latino students since 1970, when it was first formed. through activism and through a lot of community and student involvement. I'm a proud product of the center. I can say that. I'm an alum twice of UWM. But if it was the center that really cemented my career as a student, and now I'm in a great position where I'm very humbled to serve currently over 2,600 Latino students. Just to put it in context, in 1970, there were approximately 12 Latino students attending UWM. So when you think about the impact in the work, it's very exciting to hear those numbers. But more importantly, when I think about our three main pillars, and the three pillars that have been consistent throughout the years, which is to serve and support our Latino students, be connected with community, has been always at the center of the work that we do, and thirdly, really expose and provide opportunities for our Latino students to seek research and opportunities. So LEN falls within that realm, right, of opportunities. And what we've seen through this pandemic is when other areas have seen declines, we're seeing the Latino students and Latino families want to go to college, want to pursue an education. Of the 2,600 plus Latino students that we serve at UWM, I want to share with this group that 85% of those students commute to campus. So these are students that live and play and work in our community. And the goal is that, and the tendency is that those students will stay in our community as professionals. So it's also very exciting to think about that in that way, that they're here in our own backyard. But the other element and uniqueness of our students is that over 60% of them are the first one in their family to attend college. So we're working with a population of students with very unique needs, from financial to really working with families and educating them about the whole collegiate experience and collegiate process. And so it really takes the village and takes an entire community to, wrap our arms around these students and really walk them from point A to point Z at the end of their journey. And then the other thing that I like to highlight is that, as many institutions in this region, we are also in putting a lot of energy and initiatives to become a Hispanic serving institution. Currently, when we began the work in 2016, UWM had about 9% of its undergraduate student population Latino. Currently, we have surpassed a 13% point, and soon we hope to become an emerging Hispanic serving institution, which really invites a conversation about adding resources, incrementing the support programs that we have for our Latino students on campus, and really move towards a place where we can envision a future where our students are taking positions of leadership in our community and different environments, right? Whether it's corporate, nonprofit, education, health. So it's very exciting work. I'm proud and humbled to be involved in that work as a co-lead for that work to become a Hispanic serving, and working with our other sisters and brothers and other institutions like MATC, Marquette, Cardinal Stritch, all the institutions that are also looking to lift Latino students in the area of higher ed. So happy to be here again. I again, like the other speaker said, I can speak and talk forever here, but I want to be respectful of time and love to be part of the conversation here.
Well, thank you, Alberto. Thank you to all the panelists. I think I have identified the potential speakers for our second Latino Economic Summit. So be ready for the follow-up call. So for those who will be looking at the video later, I just want to summarize the advice you have received today. For Marina Croft, do not give up. From Carla Cross, be lean, manage your costs. We also get the advice of trust the right people, be willing to ask for advice from Daryl, increase, get young people involved in your business. We get that from Ted. Um, we also get, let's see, maintain relationships and being authentic from Johanna. From Marisa, she said, be passionate, be grateful, and give back to your community. From Alberto, we heard the need to serve and be connected with our community also. Before we leave, I want to share with the audience and with the panelists the information of our second Latino Economic Summit. This was created in 2019 as an effort to provide a small business and entrepreneurs with a venue in which they can share their concerns on different topics. So we reversed the model from having experts talking to individuals and driving the agenda to the business owners driving the agenda, having the expert speakers in the room to address their concerns. So these are some of our suggested topics, including price capital, business equity. I see that Darryl would be a great person to talk about bridging the technology gap. I think that um, Ted will be a great person to address workforce from his perspective. I like his view of how the younger generation can be integrated in the workforce. I also see Johanna participating here in the small business. I see Marisa participating in access to grow business opportunities. I also see Spectrum participating in that seminar. So I see all of you involved. Don't escape. Don't think you're going to escape from me. You're going to get a follow-up call. I also see a role for Alberto in this program. So again, we did that last time in 2019. We had to take a break because of COVID. It's going to be a hybrid event. We last time we had 227 individuals participating. 75% of them were small business owners, and that's the intent. That's the audience to connect them with policymakers, business leaders, and professionals like all of you. I thank you, everyone, from the bottom of my heart to be here with the chamber. As you see, you had getting a glimpse of the great members that we have and the great value that each member can add to this organization. So we look forward to your involvement. We thank you. Have a great day. Have a great morning. God bless.
Thank you, Nelson. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Have a great day.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
Yeah, however I can help, Nelson, I'm here for you. Be well.
I will be calling you.